Let's repeat, Nana. Tadbuddhayastadaatmanah.
Tadbuddhayastadaatmanah.
Tannishthaastatparayanah.
Tannishthaastatparayanah.
Gacchantyapunaravrittim.
Gacchantyapunaravrittim.
Jnananirdhutakalmashaah.
Jnananirdhutakalmashaah.
Now we'll do the full lines. Tadbuddhayastadaatmanah. Tannishthaastatparayanah.
Tadbuddhayastadaatmanah. Tannishthaastatparayanah.
Gacchantyapunaravrittim. Jnananirdhutakalmashaah.
Gacchantyapunaravrittim. Jnananirdhutakalmashaah.
So, in the previous one, let's recollect the previous one. Jnanena tu tadajnanam yesham nashitam atmanah tesham adityavat jnanam prakashayati tatparam. Just like how a sun, you may have hundreds and thousands of stars and all the twinkling items into the sky, but none of those will be able to get away the darkness of the night. However, when the sun starts coming up, even the smallest ray has the power to kill the darkness, right? So nothing can stand beyond sun. Such is the essence of knowledge about God. When we get through this knowledge, that kills or that overlaps the darkness. Darkness is nothing but avidya. Darkness is illusionary. Darkness is one where we get through a lot of misconceptions because of not being able to see things properly. I may see a rope as a snake, right? I may see a pole as a ghost. I may see a good person as a robber. So a lot of things can happen in darkness because of lack of clarity. And so in our real life also, there is that darkness is nothing but our tamoguna. The more we inject knowledge about God, it arises in us like a brilliant sun, killing all that avidya that we have and providing us the true knowledge about God. That is the essence here. Okay. Now, so in this one, when you are in that knowledge, when we constantly gain that knowledge, right? What happens? What should happen? What should happen is we have a complex called as body, mind, and intellect, right? We have Sharira, Manaha, Buddhi. All these three are nothing but the masters of this materialistic world. So the masters of this materialistic world dominate to an extent that the jiva, the soul in us, starts following what they say. And the moment we kind of inject this knowledge about Lord, knowledge about God, what is right, what is wrong, automatically gets clarified. And when that gets clarified, the masters, so-called masters, the body, mind, and intellect, start becoming the slave to Lord. What is the meaning of slave to the Lord or slave to Jiva? It means that they will not try to disturb the Jiva. They will say that we don't know what we are losing our power every day, and so to an extent that we don't see our existence at all. You remember that, always remember that glass of water and then drops of milk when you pour in it. As you pour more and more milk, the water will start saying that, boss, I am not existing at all. Beyond a point where it is completely filled with milk taste, the water will say, I give up. I give up. I don't exist at all anymore. When I'm not existing, there is no value to me. So I have no other option than becoming your servant. That's what the buddhi, the mind, and the sharira will do when we try to inject this knowledge on a regular basis. That is the beauty of learning the scriptures and gaining the knowledge about Paramatma through the scriptures. So what happens? Tat buddhayaha, tat atmana, tan nishtha, tat parayana. That means what? It is saying, the verse says that the buddhi automatically becomes a slave. It loses its significance. It will say, I will not take any decision. Whatever is Lord's way of decision, I will follow that. Whatever is been said as good, I will just do that. I will not apply my brain here at all. I am not existing at all. Why this human life? This human life is to serve. Is to serve. For serving, what I have to do? I have to keep my body fit and healthy. Isn't it? So, why I want to eat nice food? Because I want to keep this body fit. Why I want to keep this body fit? Because I want to serve in the society. I want to serve the society a lot. That's the purpose of life. How do you know that? My scriptures are telling me that. So, whatever I do in life, I roll back my decision. I point my decision as a reference to my scriptures and the knowledge about God. Right? So, that's the way the buddhi becomes slave. It will not take its own decisions. It will not say, I like sweets, that's why I'm eating a lot of sweets. It will not say that. It will say, whether it is sweet, salt, sour, bitter, or no taste at all, doesn't matter. You eat when you want something to protect your body, to nourish your body. Beyond that, you don't have to eat. Whether it is sweet in taste, salty in taste, bitter in taste, whatever it is, it comes nutritive, just take it. Right? This is what the body should say. Buddhi should say. So, tat buddhayaha. Tad atmanam. The jivatma also starts, it doesn't say that, oh, I am this body, I have to become smart, I have to look really young all the time. The jiva will not think like that. Jiva will just sit inside and keep watching this body. Hey, I think you have a small problem, you're not able to hear, right? Why don't you go to the doctor, get it done? Right? Doesn't give any extra attention than that. Just because it is there, it will not try to overly decorate this whole thing and then make it a decorative article. No, it will just say, be what you are meant for. You are an ear, you are an ear to listen. You are not an ear to take excessive amount of loads on yourself. There are hands that can take the load, not you. Right? So it will instruct the ear like that. So all the unnecessarily materialistic attractions that we get into will be lost. These are some of the things that we get through when the jiva itself is not a slave of the body. When the jiva becomes the slave of the body, and suppose if there is no knowledge at all about God, in that illusion, what will happen? The jiva thinks that, oh, I am this body. So what should be done? I have to protect this. I have to glorify this. I have to keep this always pampered. I have to keep this always happy. So it will do everything that is needed to pamper the body. Morning 6 o'clock, you have to wake up. It will say, no, don't wake. Just take rest. Just take enough rest. You don't have to wake up at all. Take care of yourself. That's how it just pampers. But if it is filled with knowledge, it says, hello, you are there to serve the society. If you have to be fit, get up now. Tie your shoes, go for a walk, come back, clean yourself, sit in front of Lord, do some chanting. These are the instructions that the jiva, the atma, will start giving to the body, the mind, and intellect. It will not listen, it will speak. So, tan nishtha. Nishtha means what? What is nishtha? Nishtha. Loyalty. Nishtha means immensely loyal. Right? Have you ever seen a dog biting its own owner? No. Right? It is highly loyal to the owner. So, likewise, the jiva, the body, the mind, and intellect complex is completely loyal to the Lord. It will not do anything that Lord would not like. What does that mean? What Krishna would do? Krishna would just help everyone. He would always help the weakest. He would see who is not having anything. He'll go there and help. Right? That's what Krishna led an example to us. Likewise, our individual response to what is happening around in this world also matters. So this person having the knowledge will start jumping into sections where there is not enough, right? And will start contributing more. So those kind of activities will start showing up. So a person will start doing that. Why he is doing that? Because it is act of God. This is exactly what God would have instructed him to do, right? So under the influence of that goodness, he will perform those activities which are really needed for everyone to successfully complete their life and stay happy. Okay? And then tat parayanaha, always dedicated and devoted to Lord. So a person who is behaving in such a way where he or she is not taking a decision based on selfish desires, but completely selfless, and acting in this world in a way where everybody else is immensely benefited about because of this person. Such a person is coming under the first line here. Tat buddhayaha, tad atmana, tad nishthaha, tat parayanaha. Such a person. What will happen to such a person? Gachanti apunaravrittim. Punaravrittim means repetition. What is the repetition here? Life after life, life after life. This body goes off, and Jiva says, oh my God, I still want so many things. I can't have this using this body. Let me drop it, get another fresh body, so I can start from scratch again. Right? So careful. So all these repetitions will not be there. Why? A person who is not having anything of its own. Buddhi says, I does not exist. Mind says, I do not exist. Sharira says, I am not yours, I am just for the society. And the Jiva constantly devoted to Bhagwan. What remains here that has to repeat? Nothing. Are there any desires more coming up and accumulating for this person? No. If there are no more desires, why do you need another body? You don't need it. That is exactly what Bhagwan is saying. A person who is in the habit of working in this mode will definitely not need another life. A punaravrittim, no repetition of life after life cycle, right? That will be gone. So gachanti apunaravrittim jnana nirdhuta kalmashaha. With this power of knowledge that this person has, the sins, all the sins and all the vasanas that have been accumulated so far will just be wiped off. Will just be wiped off, because the way he is performing the action does not accumulate anything extra, and whatever is there are just being dissipated out, are just being spent out. So that kind of a person is going to have no repetitions of life. That is the result of it. Okay. Now, just because somebody has this knowledge, will that help? In the verse before this one, it was told that knowledge in one about God acts like a brilliant sun. It kills all the illusions, misunderstandings, right? Now, for such a person, he should be acting in this particular manner. But does everyone act like that who has knowledge? We are reading this every week, right? Don't we get into mode of anger, mode of pride, mode of greed, need more, I want more? We do, right? But don't we have knowledge? Are we not learning anything? Yes, we are. But then why we are getting into this? Why we are not understanding it carefully? Why are we doing the same thing again and again, same wrong?
Out of you already had a week. I like to keep it
Knuckle by dog.
That's the routine.
Beta, you are unmuted. You wanted to say something?
No.
Okay, beta. So the next verse will clarify that. Why, even after having a lot of knowledge about Bhagwan, about everything that is mentioned in this Bhagavad Gita, why do we do certain things in a wrong way? That question will be answered in the upcoming verse. And that verse is, Krititali, would you repeat after me? 18. Vidya Vinaya Sampanne
Vidya Vinaya Sampanne
Brahmane Brahmane Gavi Hastini. Is my internet bad or yours, Kanna?
Brahmane Gavi Hastini.
Right. Shuni Chaiva
Suni Chaiva
Shwapake Cha
Vapake Cha
Pandita Samadarshinaha. Pandita
Samadarshinaha.
Correct. All right. I think there is a lag, so I'm not able to hear you immediately. All right. Who can, Pranavitali, will you chant?
Yes, sir.
Vidya Vinaya Sampanne
Vidya Vinaya Sampanne
Brahmane Gavihastini
Brahmane Gavihastini
Shuni Chaiva Shwapake Cha
Shuni Chaiva Swapake Cha
Pandita Samadarshinaha.
Pandita Samadarshinaha.
So this is directly hitting somebody whom I know very well. Vidya Vinaya Sampanne. Okay. Bhagwan is not saying Vidya Sampanne. Vidya Sampanne means what? You have knowledge and you are excellent because of that knowledge, right? You are fulfilled with that knowledge, right? And so you can be a great person. No, he did not say that. He is not saying. But what are the qualities of the great person? He is saying Panditaha. Such a person is called Pandita. What does Panditaha do? Pandita behaves in a specific way. What is that specific way? Panditaha observes all the differences, yet considers them the same. He sees Brahmana, who is a priest. He sees a dog next. He sees a cow. He sees an elephant. He also sees a person who is eating the dog. He goes through all of this and yet considers everyone the same. How? Why? Why he must consider the same? Pranavitali? Why an elephant and a dog, elephant and a cow be considered the same?
Because ultimately they all have Paramatma's reflection in them.
He cannot see anything other than Paramatma. That's the level of devotion he has. When we say Tannishtha, Tatparayanaha, that means he is completely loyal, he is completely devoted, which means what? It means that whatever comes in front, he does a namaskara and says, Paramatma, you are there for me. This includes, the list includes, see, the cow is something that nourishes us like a mother, whereas elephant is something that helps us boost our pride. It is always taken for parades. isn't it? Gajarohana means what? It is as greatest respect. In olden days, when you have to respect somebody, they used to make him sit on top of elephant, and then they used to make him roam around in the village. Gajarohana was one of the greatest respect that they used to give. It is used for increasing the pride in you. It's like it's a tool which can easily increase the pride. Oh, I did that Gajarohana once. I did it twice. Oh, I did it not only in this village but also in the next village. That's my pride. So Gajaha, Hastini. Hastini means elephant. So that and a cow are just the same. They have different purposes. They invoke different moods in us. Gau, which is cow, actually invokes the calmness, the godliness, and the sense of shareability in us, goodness in us. Elephant gives us the pride of being strong, being great, being extra size than compared to others. That kind of a pride. It is magnanimous. That kind of a feel it gives. But both are same. For whom? For Panditaha. Similarly, a dog which is only protecting. It is not a sattvic animal. It is a very ferocious thing, but it cannot be ferocious to the owner. See, Karna, you must have seen the Mahabharata story. Karna is a great warrior. One of the great warrior, and he is very compassionate. Anybody goes to Karna and says, I want this, he could never say no. If he has it, he will give it. That's why we also call him as Dana Veera Sura Karna, right? So he is like a Shurveer and also a Danaveer. But such a good person, he went and protected whom? Duryodhana, the villain in Mahabharata, isn't it? But he is definitely having all the good skills just like Arjuna. Similarly, a dog, though it may be ferocious, though it may not make those beautiful, emotions in us, but at the same time, it has the highest loyalty. It can do anything for its owner, isn't it? So that the cow, the elephant are all the same. He goes one more step beyond. The one who eats the dog, a person who eats the dog. You cannot even imagine that. Imagine that now. That also has to be considered the same by the Pandita. Is it possible? Is it possible that we consider everything in this world as same? Is that so easy? It is not so easy. Then somebody may ask, okay, but because we are knowing this, having this knowledge, we should be able to do that. Why we are not able to? That small extra word that he has added does the magic. What is that extra word? Vidya Sampannaha. No, not that. Vidya Vinaya Sampannaha. When you are fulfilled with the knowledge, all you also have to have is humility, humbleness, not having pride that I know this. The moment we instruct ourselves that I know this, we are in the trap. That's where we will not be able to treat them equally. But if we come out of the trap, if we are humble, if we have humility, if we have patience and tolerance, if we have gentleness in us, that's when the knowledge helps. How does the gentleness come in one person? That's another good question. But okay, Vidya, Vinaya, Sampannaha. Vinaya, how does Vinaya come in one? Listening? Yeah. Okay. So how does Vinaya come to one? Vidya, anybody can. Okay, I have a guru. He's telling me something. He has written something, so I'm reading it thoroughly, one again and again and again. I somehow understand something. But how to get Vinaya? Who can tell me how to get humbleness? Kriti, how do you get humble? How to get your soft nature in? How to be humble?
By being kind to others.
By being kind to others, correct. But I will not be able to be kind if I'm not humble. So I have to first be humble, then I can be kind. So how to be humble? Again, it boils down to the three gunas. Which guna will make us more humble? Who can answer that? Louder. Sattva guna. Good. Sattva guna is the one that is making us humble. How to be sattva? There are two ways to be sattvic. One, remove tamasic and remove rajasic, which is kind of a tough journey. Two, inject knowledge, because knowledge is the food for being sattvic. If you are going through regularly through devotional experiences, it will increase the sattva. To kill rajoguna and tamoguna, we need to have a discipline in what we eat and how we maintain our body and mind. These two will help reduce the tamo and raja, but sattva guna will dominate only when rajo and tamo guna are low. So we have to bring these low at one point. That means the kind of rituals, the kind of things that we are consuming from this materialistic world should have less of tamas and less of rajas. That's one thing. And at the same time, we have to slowly pamper and improve and inject the knowledge about Bhagwan through regularly reading the scriptures and chanting the mantras, to have those prayers, to do the work the way Bhagwan is mentioning us to perform these work and duties. When we do that both together, reducing tamo and raja down and improving your sattvic content higher, you become humble. There is no other way to become humble other than this. Once you become humble, the knowledge that you are getting will help where you can behave in the same exact way like Pandita, where you can see everybody same. But until that happens, until you change what you are eating, what you are thinking, what you are doing on a daily basis, right? What you are reading, unless we do this properly, there is no way humbleness can come into our life. That's the secret. And one who is humble and also has the knowledge can treat everyone the same. And for such a person, the word used here is Panditaha. Okay? Right. So these are the things where, they help us understand how to lead a good life, where we don't disturb others. All right. So the next one, do we have time? Yes. The next one is 19th. All right. Sheetal Tali, can you come closer? Be a little louder. Louder, okay? More louder than me. Ihaiva tairjita sargo. Kriti Tali, you were able to hear Sheetalak? Okay. More louder. Ihaiva tairjita sargo. येषां साम्ये स्थितं मनः निर्दोषं हि समं ब्रह्म Tasmad Brahmani te sthitaha. Dream. Beta, are you there?
Yes, I am. Just the Chrome security ad popped out.
Okay. Will you be able to repeat after me slowly? I'll go slow, small pieces.
Yes, I will.
Okay. Ihaiva
Ihaiva
tairjitah
taijitaha
sargo
sargo
yesham
yesham
samye
samye
sthitam
sitam
manaha
manaha
nirdosham
nitosham
hisamam
tisamam
brahma
brahma
tasmat
tasmat
brahmani
brahmahi
te sthitaha.
testita.
Very good, beta. Very good. Okay. Pranavitali, will you do the full lines?
Yes, uncle.
Ihaiva tairjitah sargo yesham samye sthitam manaha.
Ihaiva tairjitha sargo yesham samye sthitam manaha
Nirdosham hi samam brahma tasmad brahmani te sthitaha.
Nirdosham hi samam brahma tasmat brahmani te stitaha.
So what is the ultimate thing when somebody, by nature of conditioning the body and the mind through various aspects, through exercise, through devotion, through prayers, through chanting, through gaining knowledge, through what they eat, controlling what they consume, and by doing all that, they start treating everyone as same. Now, where they go after that? When they when they perform and when they behave in such a manner, what will happen? Eventually, what will happen is ihaiva tairjitaha sargo yesham samye sthitam manaha. So in this world, where they treat everything that's born as same, samye means the ability to see everything as same that's created in this world. Right? Being in that mode, nirdosham, there is no malaha, there is no impurity in their mind because of that. What is happening is when we try to differentiate two things, the first thing that comes is that impurity. What does that impurity mean? For example, if I have to say this is good, that is bad, right? If I have to say that, for example, what I'm focusing on its properties, materialistic properties. The actions that somebody is doing, I will say that is good or bad. But what is there inside the Paramatma is not good or bad. It is always good, isn't it? So when I say this is good, this is bad, I'm looking into the impurities. I'm looking impurities. The impurities are what are making them do what they do. And I'm looking straight into that impurity and saying this is good, this is bad. The moment I say that, what is happening? I will not be able to treat both the same because I want to distinguish them. I am distinguishing them. I will not treat them same. So in one case, I will hug them. In the other case, I will yell at them or shout at them. The moment I shout, the moment I hug, what will happen? It will create an agitation in my mind. That is sin. That is sin. That is the dosha. That is the impurity in me. Now, what happens for a panditaha who is very, very humble and has seen everyone as same, will definitely see Paramatma in all. When he is seeing Paramatma in all, what will happen? Such a person will not have any impurity in the mind. Why? Because all he is seeing is God everywhere. How can his mind be agitated with something wrong, right? Such a person will always have the pure thoughts, the kind and good thoughts. So such a person will not have any dosha, nirdosham. And in such a state, when somebody is in such a great state of maintaining that equipoise around, he is called as in the state of Brahmasthiti or situated in Brahman. That means, in short, that person is God. Can we be God? It is not easy. But the practice towards that is the ultimate goal of everyone's life. We are God. Yes, I am God. This is exactly what I have to realize. For realizing that, I have to situate myself into that kind of a mode where I start treating everybody the same. Slowly and slowly and slowly, we get to a stage where there is no difference between God and me, God and you, right? So that state is something which everybody will acquire one day. That could be now, that could be in this life, or that could be another millions of lives away. But we will eventually have that established one way or the other. Okay. So Bhagavan is saying that one who looks everything as same, tasmat brahmani te sthitaha. Such a person is situated in Brahman. That means he is God. Okay. All right. So let's stop here. The idea is not to make. The idea is not like, for example, it's like, we see that, there is a bodybuilding competition going on. So everybody starts building their muscles and they do regular exercises, right? And then they build their muscles to show up. We are not doing that. Reaching Paramatma, being in him is not that. Being in him is not like, oh, I have to do that by tomorrow. There is no strong timeline to that. At the same time, we should at least make one small step in that direction every moment. We also should see our own steps and say, oh, this step is not going in that direction. I am okay. I understand that. But one day I will have to take the direction in that. This is exactly what we have to believe and target. That's the ultimate essence of reading Bhagavad Gita. And when we do that, people around us will be immensely benefited. The societies in which such a person moves around will be immensely benefited. Okay. Okay. So let's stop here. And then do the closing prayers. Om Sarvesham Swasthir Bhavatu, Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu, Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu, Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu, Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah, Sarve Santu Niramayah, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhag Bhavet, Asato Ma Sadgamaya, Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya, Mrityormamritam Gamaya. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namah. Hari Om. All of you have a wonderful rest of the week, and we will join back again next Saturday, same time. Okay, until then, stay safe. Jai Shri Krishna.
Bye, Uncle. Jai Sri Krishna.
Bye. Krishna.
Bye, Anshitali. Take care of your voice. Bye, ma.